What's up, guys? Welcome to Box to Box Football. And oh my days, what have we just seen in. Wait 1 second.
Oh, dude, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
Listen, I'm just gonna. Okay. I'm sorry, but oh my days, we weren't gonna record, but when the biggest shock in probably years in the Euros just happened, the world champions are out of the European Championship. The favourites to win it, the overwhelming favourites. It wasn't even close. France are out on penalties to Switzerland in Jack. What a roller coaster ride. We'll talk about the other game in a minute, but oh my days. I'm still recovering from that, Jack. That generally is one of the maddest games I've watched.
It's such a dramatic way to finish as well. And I'll get to one of my key points that I do want to make, but a little later in the video. But what a dramatic way to go. Also, the quality of the penalty shootout. I mean, every penalty I was saying to friends, like I was looking at some of the run-ups going, guy doesn't look confident. Like the dude with the beard, I don't even know who that was, but I was like, man, he doesn't look confident. And then just put it in the other corner. You know, the top corner penalties where I was going, Jesus, nobody's saving that anyway.
Paul Pogba's penalty was disgusting.
Spanked that. Yeah, spanked that. But no, unbelievable entertainment. This is why we watch football. I'm not going to lie. I'm giddy with excitement seeing some of these, big teams go down because, if England do the unthinkable tomorrow, it does just lessen the chances of meeting one of these bigger teams on the road. But obviously we know England will probably just get knocked out. But anyway, fascinating football. And, I really felt for Ricardo Rodriguez. I thought that missed penalty was gonna kill him because what was it? Missed penalty and then France scored 2 in 3 minutes or something mad like that.
Literally in a space of 3 minutes, a missed penalty, 2 goals. Insane.
Unless you have any more immediate reaction, I think everybody knows what the reactions are going to be. Like,
okay, let's kind of get into the whole thing, and let's really kind of break it down. France, from the team selection all the way to the first half, looked like an absolute mess. Yeah. The players didn't know what they were doing. France, I think Gary Neville said it, France have only played 3 at the back 2 times in the last 4 or 5 years. Right. It made no sense. And it to me, it exposed all the deficiencies of the team. People talk about Paul Pogba not being able to play in the 2. I don't blame him. Because no one knew what was going on there. Longley, I'm sorry, Jack. He's not at that level.
Garbage.
He's just no. Not at that level at all. No. Varane.
But James, he's not at Barcelona's level. Forget the France national team. He's not at Barca's level.
But Jack, for some reason, he plays for all these teams.
I know.
Like if I'm being truthfully honest, Jack, I love Rafael Varane, but if he's not next to Sergio Ramos, Jack, or Mtiti in 2008 World Cup or 2018 World Cup, Jack, he doesn't look good. He didn't look good today. They looked so vulnerable.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
Even Kimpembe, I'm a big fan of him. All 3 of them today looked like they had never played 3 at the backs in a lot. And to be fair, they probably haven't. Majority of teams that they play for play in a 4-4, play in a 4-3-3. It just looked so awkward from them. Even Rabiot playing at wing back.
James, Theo Hernandez was probably the left back of the season in Serie A. He wasn't on the plane. Ferland Mendy was left at home as well. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No. Ferland Mendy was out. Ferland Mendy was going to go. He was out injured. He was
out injured. Okay, fair enough.
He was out for the tournament. Yes, but Jack, what reeks to me from this French team the most is that you mentioned it before. It's the arrogance. Just one of the most arrogant teams I've ever seen come into a tournament. Yes, right. I get it. They're world champions. Yes, I get it. They are stacked beyond stacked.
But they got better.
Favorites.
They got better. I was trying to say this to my friends. I was watching the game with James. The World Cup winning team and this team, this is a better version of that World Cup winning team with more experience, with some of their younger players coming on and developing.
Jack, let's look at it. First game against Germany, 1-0, but Germany were probably the better team. It should have gotten equalized and probably could have even won the game. The game against Hungary, Jack.
It wasn't Munich.
Jack, it wasn't Munich. The game against Hungary, I'm sorry, but Hungary could have got something out of that. No, could have won the game. The game finished 1-0, but they could have won the game. exact same way. And the Portugal game, they failed to deceive. And I'm thinking, okay, hopefully that they're going to show us right now. They're going to let everyone know.
Right.
France decided to play for a good 15 minutes. And then the rest of it was a bit... Because we seen the quality, Jack. You seen when they flick that switch,
it's different,
incredible.
And Pogba's finish. I mean, that's something that the Swiss team can't do that. There are some teams who can't even produce goals like that because they don't have the individual stars to do it. But James, they got lucky. The Benzema goal, Jan Sommer, who played fantastic, by the way. Jan Sommer tips the ball up, and then it kind of, because of that, it hit Benzema, and that's why he scored. So it wasn't this fantastic Griezmann pass that meant it went to Benzema. They got kind of lucky on that one too. Obviously, Lloris saved a penalty. James, if we're being honest, they didn't really deserve to win, really.
Jack, that penalty should have iced the game, if I'm being truthfully honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the 56th minute, it was all Switzerland. And listen, I don't want to get all on France, because we all know we can point holes in them because they should have won, because the quality is just beyond great. Amazing. Right. One of the greatest teams when it comes to strength and depth we've ever seen internationally.
Yes.
Yep. Insane. But looking on the flip side, Switzerland. Listen, I'm a man of my word. When someone plays well, I put my hands up. Granit Xhaka today was absolutely brilliant. I don't know what it was. He was trying to look like Slim Shady or something like that, but it was working today, Jack.
One thing I don't like, James, one bit of commentary that I heard, I don't know whether it was Clive Tilsley or Ali McCoist, but they made a point of being like, maybe in a team where he has some responsibility. But I'm going, at Arsenal, he was captain at one point. Don't try and tell me that he didn't have responsibility at Arsenal. It doesn't make any sense.
Some of these commentators don't even watch football. No. I don't listen.
But
I don't
James,
get that.
Just quickly, if rumours are to be believed, and maybe there's going to be some more millions on that Granit Xhaka transfer after that performance, but I'm excited for a Serie A Granit Xhaka under Jose Mourinho. Yes, please.
Even Seferic's 2 goals, the way he was able to bully. For me, 2 headers were fantastic, but the first one, where he gives the defender a bit of a nudge, knocks him off balance, and then his ability to rise. There wasn't that much pace on the ball. His ability just to guide it into that corner. Jack, this team are a threat. And if I'm truthfully honest, it should have been done in normal time for them. Before France clicked into gear, it should have been done in normal time. They were good enough to do that.
There's a lot of solid in the team, which I really like. You look at somebody like Jan Sommer. Jan Sommer has been I'm not going to say great, but he's been a really good goalkeeper for a really long time. Fabian Schär has been a really good centre-back for a really long time. Akanji, we know what he's capable of. Obviously, Xhaka, has his peaks and troughs. Breel Mbolo can be a star. Seferovic, has been good for a long, long time. Ricardo Rodriguez has been really good for a long, long time. So these guys aren't slouches. These guys really are not slouches. The people who maybe just recognise Xhaka and think that they're garbage, they don't know stuff about the game.
Listen, fair play to them. They're going to go through who do they play. They play Spain in the next round. And Jack, if they play to this standard, they may look at it and feel like we could get to this final and looking at the our side of the draw. Because Jack, they just beat France. And I get it, we'll get onto France in a minute more, but my days.
The one thing I will say about France is they are quite quick in terms of their attacking, moving the ball up the field and trying to create chances and go for it. They do play very offensive, whereas obviously we know Spain's build-up is a lot slower. So I do think that if Spain can just get control of the game, that can easily be 2-0 before you know it, and you're just exhausted chasing shadows with Pedri and Koke and Busquets and, those kind of guys. James, the thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of my main take, so I don't, maybe this will be a TikTok. Who knows? I think we need to chill a little bit on any potential criticism of Kylian Mbappe about him not being clutch, about him not getting it done when it matters most, blah, 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 with the nation's hope on his shoulders. This guy's 22, right? And this is the biggest summer of his career. Now, I know some people might go, well, he won a World Cup recently. He's moving clubs. He's 22 years old, and we just need to take a little bit of a step back. This is a human being who's capable of making mistakes. I think if he had the penalty again, it would have gone in.
Jack, it's penalties. You miss, you score. It is
Right.
what it is. It's a make or miss type of opportunity there. Are we gonna crucify Messi for missing in a penalty shootout for Argentina?
Right.
I don't hear no one saying that. Ronaldo has missed twice in Champions League final, Champions League semi-final.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who else has missed? Tons of great players.
Loads of greats
have missed.
Yeah.
In big situations here. Mbappe, he didn't have the greatest of tournament. To be fair, he should have won the game for them. Yep. Like those the two big chances that he should have taken, three actually, missed a target in all three of them. But Jack, when you've been so great so far, you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have a bad tournament. It's sad it came to this right now, but I feel like yes, Mbappe didn't play well, but this team is still good enough. Still good enough.
Was the cramp fake after he missed that shot? I think it was.
No.
I think he missed. I think he missed, and then went, "Oh yeah, better claim I got cramp on that one, boys."
Listen, like, Jack, it's such a shock. Like, at least if they went out, you thought they're going to go out to a Belgium or something like that. For them to go out in the last 16, like, Deschamps, yes, he did win the World Cup, but he's going to have a lot to be asked about him, because for them to lose like this and not, Jack, they haven't played well.
No, James, a team with Raphael Varane, who could be moving to the Premier League or to PSG for, you know, tens of millions, next to Kimpembe and, you know, next to Longley, who's a Barcelona player. I know he's bad, but, you know, still, and, you know, Pavard's a great player, and you've got N'Golo Kanté in that team. Like, to concede 3 goals, it's really, really poor.
Listen, all over the place. And yes, I don't always like to take it back to the manager. The players didn't play well, but it just looked like he didn't work on the system. It just felt like, okay, guys, we're gonna play 3 at the back today. Just go out there and let's see what we can do. That's what it felt like. That first half, Jack, was awful. Yeah, awful from them.
Also, James, the onus you put on your wing backs when you play 3 at the back is massive. You put a lot of pressure in terms of an attacking threat and developing the play through your wing backs the moment you play 3 central defenders. And they're relying on Longley and Pavard. You surely...
No. It was Rabiot. They asked Rabiot to play there.
Of course, Rabiot started. Longley was the centre-back.
Like, when you play 3 at the back, your wing backs are literally your most important players, because everything kind of goes through them in a way. The offense, the deep, everything. And it just looked like Rabiot was a center midfielder. He doesn't bomb up down. He's not athletic like that. It was just a weird fit, and you just didn't understand it in a way. Like, you would rather see him go to a 4-3-3 and just go to normal back 4 in that situation. 3 at the back was such a risk, and
I'd rather have seen Coman play a wing-back spot and push super high up the field.
Jack, that's probably a better option.
Yeah.
We could have seen better things than that. I just didn't get it from him.
No.
Like, the whole team, from the manager all the way to the players, it just seemed arrogance of, yes, we are the best team. Right. Yes, we're going to find our way through. And I'm happy that it shot them in the foot, because you need to approach these tournaments with a bit of humbleness, with a bit of thing of anything can happen at any time. And it just felt that just wasn't at it like that. But France are out, they'll be back. But let's move on to the one that I missed. I watched the first half, but second half I had to go do a 1-to-1, so I missed the second half, and apparently it was absolutely crazy. Spain winning 3-1, 5-3, beating Croatia in extra time. Jack, just tell me about that whole roller coaster ride of a game.
So I was rooting for Croatia. Like, I really was. And, you know, not having Ivan Perisic is a huge, huge loss. But what I will say is that Spain are really, really frustrating, James. It's kind of hard to watch at times, because especially somebody like Alvaro Morata, like, I was talking to my friends about it, like, I don't know what it is, but it's hard to really get behind him and support him, because he misses quite a few chances, and you kind of think, you know, does he create that many chances? Why is he getting all these opportunities for all these teams and all this kind of stuff? But in the end, I think there was just a certain quality difference. And I think that the Croatian players just look burnt out. James, some of the Spanish football was absolutely phenomenal. I'm not gonna deny it. They were the better team and did probably deserve it in the end. But I don't know. They're not convincing. And you know what's funny, James? A very toothless Spain team scored 5 goals today against Croatia, and I think are now tournament top scorers, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
what?
It's when I mean it's a weird one. It's a weird one because Jack, this Spanish team shouldn't go all the way, but
No.
if they're looking at it, they're gonna play Switzerland, and as you said, they can wear them out in like get to a semi-final, and then you never know. But this is to me the Spain team with the same pass, with the same press, without the quality of your Xavi, your Iniesta, your Cesc Fabregases, even your Pedros of old, your David Villas, Fernando Torres. It lacks that quality. That's what it lacks, the actual quality. Because Spain are going to keep the ball. That's what Spain is.
Right.
Yeah. They're always like against Sweden, they had a record number of passes made ever in the European Championship, ever, compared to the Spain teams of the past who dominated possession. That was a record. And they still couldn't score.
Pedri's a superstar, though.
Oh, listen,
Pedri, James, it's like, I don't know how old he is. I'm not overly familiar.
He's 19.
With his,
I think he's like 19.
I'm not overly familiar with his game. I've only seen him in the big La Liga games, but Pedri is special. And
18,
I know
Jack, he's 18.
James,
oh my days.
The kid is special. And like, I know that's making an assessment after only watching him like a handful of times, but you look at him and you think, he's a central midfielder. What the hell's going on? But then you see some of the passes, you see some of the play, you see some of the, manipulation of space. All he has, the kind of brain the football brain he has is somebody who's 28, not 18.
I don't know where Barcelona keep on getting these players from. They probably steal them from different regions, but goodness gracious me, they always seem to find a way to produce these talents. And he has to me a mix of Xavi and Iniesta too.
Yes.
Like the ability to Xavi to pick out passes and like be nippy around people, and then that Iniesta's ability to kind of manipulate the ball, have players surrounding him, drop a 1-2 here, beat 2-3 players, drop a pass, and our true need or whatever, like whatever that saying is, he just a quality youngster.
The one thing I'll say as well, and oh Christ, and I think I like this in terms of a team football. All the goal scorers were different people. I like that. I really do. Now, don't get me wrong, 2 of those goals are obviously in extra time, but the fact of the matter is you're looking at players who across the board will be able to hurt you. Now, we can say that they're toothless and they just keep the ball, and a good defensive team will definitely be able to stop them. And James, I'll be honest with you, in all fairness to Luis Enrique, they played that high line till the bitter end, and there were a couple opportunities for Croatia where you kind of thought you should be punishing them there.
Spanish DNA will never change. The only problem with it is the quality difference compared. Jack, remember how great the greatest team I've seen in my generation, outstanding. This team just lacked that off about them. That David Villa-esque, that's Xavi, that's Fabregas-esque about them. But guys, all my days, 2 absolutely cracking games. In all the games together, we've seen 13, 14 goals, something like that, 3-3, 5-3 goals, excitement, comebacks. Both at a time, Spain and France both led 3-1. Seen a penalty shootout, both extra times. The European Championship is here, and tomorrow England. Oh, I guarantee it's going to be like a terrible game, a 0-0 boring game.
And then we're going to go out on penalties to Germany.
Oh no! Listen, we'll see you tomorrow. Box to Box Football. We will be going live. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Please like, share, and subscribe too. Thank you.